Welcome back to the PMR podcast. My name is Mitch. I'm an alcoholic addict. This is episode 32.
32. Shout out to Chip Staley. That's my dad. That was his high school and college basketball number. Dad, love you. My name's Andrew. I'm an alcoholic, an addict. I'm sorry. I'm giddy with excitement. I'm happy to be here. We took a week off and I was dreaming about this microphone and this podcast for the last couple days. So I'm real excited to be here in all seriousness. But it was kind of refreshing to have a week off. What do you think, Mitch?
Yeah, I agree. Also, the fact that your dad's name is Chip is amazing. I don't know many Chips. I think that's the only Chip I've ever heard of. So I gotta meet him. But yeah, it was awesome to take a couple of days off, week off. We took off from posting on the page and from recording an episode. And it wasn't like my world was or our worlds were exploding and we couldn't handle it. It was kind of just like um we've been extremely consistent with it and hitting it all the time. And it was kind of just like a refresher. Take the weekend off, take the week off, and come back with like some new energy. Let me, I think that's a normal thing. And it kind of like we were talking real quick, it kind of just got me like excited to get back into it today. And especially with what we're doing today is very exciting, fresh, new. And yeah, I think it was good.
Yeah, I think it gave me a little bit more gratitude for this too, right? Like even things we love sometimes, like things we love and that we're passionate about. Sometimes for me, I can get to a place where I'm looking at it more like a job instead of like something that like I get to do, like that it's a privilege to do, that I'm lucky to do. And I think having like a just a week even to reset, I was like by the end of our the time that we didn't post and that we didn't get together, I was like, damn, like I need to talk to Mitch, you know. So it definitely gives me a lot of gratitude, but I'm really excited for this episode today. I might as well just launch right into it. So we've talked about it a little bit. We've had Sage on the pod, which was really cool. And Sage has been a big part of my life in recovery and just in wellness in general and health. He kind of works with me in like a recovery coach capacity. And something that he introduced to me early in my sobriety, very early, getting out of heroin. Um, he introduced to me this concept of mindful breathing and breath work as a um, tool for many things, really, which I'll go into. But me being the skeptical, kind of lazy addict behavior, I was like, like, listen, man, I breathe every day. Like I breathe all day, every day. I don't know what that would do for me. But um in the end, I just decided, because I trust Sage, I was like, you know what, I'll do a session with you, whatever. And I remember that session, and he had me on Zoom like this, and he took me through some exercises. And not just, I mean, I felt a lot of different things. I felt relief and I felt energy and I felt refreshed and cleared out of like negative energy. And so breath work became a big part of my life. I started doing it every day. And it's not like I sat there for 2 hours every day and just like was in a breathing meditation. But Sage started to give me some exercises to do, 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and ten minutes at night. And as human beings, like it's not like we're not breathing or whatever, but a lot of the times we don't breathe properly or in a way that induces a low stress level or a high energy level. So we don't really take advantage of the power of our breath as we should. And through mindful breathing, and it's actually changed the way that I breathe through the day, because I just become conscious of like, oh, if I'm exercising, this is how I should be breathing to maximize my output. Or if I'm trying to relax or bring my nervous system down to a baseline, then this is how I should be breathing. So, um, it's really been a game changer for me, especially in sobriety, right? Because or especially in early sobriety, because my stress level is like first year, and even sometimes now my stress level was so high, dude. Like I was on edge. Sometimes I'm still that same way. I'm on edge. I'm just anxious, and for me sometimes it feels like for no reason. I'm like, why am I so anxious? And mindful breathing and doing these breath exercises has given me almost like a reset, almost like a tool to be able to, you know, and this is like, maybe this is the wrong way to describe it, but for me, the best way to describe the feeling that I get in the middle of and afterwards is it's like it's a natural high. Like I'm an elevated, like my vibe, my energy vibrations, my body state, my mind state, my spiritual state is elevated. It's high. Um, and the beautiful part of that is that it's completely natural, and I've input nothing but air into my system. Um, so I went ahead and with Sage's help, I got certified as he is as a breathwork instructor and a facilitator, and then I do mindful breathing meditations, and that's a big part of the work I do at Heron is leading guests through breathwork, and that's something I really wish I had like at treatment, because that's such a raw emotional place, and to even have like a few minutes to just do nothing but focus on my breath and kind of let every other problem and anxiety inducer and all the stress and the tension from being at treatment like melt away for even 5 minutes. That would have been a big tool for me, and I think it is. It's a pretty useful tool for those people, so I'm grateful that I get to do that. And we've been talking about this for months, like having me do something, and we just decided, all right, let's do a session today. So I'm wicked excited, man. What do you think? What are your thoughts initially before I start leading you through?
I'm very excited. I wouldn't want anyone else to help me go through it, and I think I have those same like initial feelings of like I know it works, and I know it's like very beneficial. I just never have like fully uh let myself like dive into it, and so I'm super excited to do that. And I've seen like the videos or pictures of you guys like running those sessions, either through like Sage's page or like through Heron. I think you guys post something like everyone laid down on the floor and stuff, ripping them, and I'm super excited. I mean, I've never heard anyone say anything like, "Oh, that was terrible," And I think that it could be like another, just sounds like another tool to my recovery and your recovery and people's recoveries in general, that is a healthy one. And I'm all about the centering and getting to the present, so I feel like this is one of the ways to get there. So I'm super excited to rip it with you.
And even like just real quick, like even with even in an AA context, right? Like, again, I'm not speaking as any authority. I don't have, that, but in my experience, like, you talk about step 11, prayer and meditation, mindful breathing and breath work practices. I can unequivocally say that it's brought me closer to my higher power.
Yeah.
And that's huge for me, just finding a little bit of stillness. So yeah, let's rip it. So
Okay.
today we're gonna combine some Wim Hof techniques, a couple of them, with a little bit of yogic breathing at the end. We're gonna rip maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25. We'll see how much time we have, but um I'm gonna turn on a little meditation music, and I'm just gonna lead you through like you're a guest at Heron Wellness.
Let's go. I'm so hyped.
How's the music? Can you hear it?
Let's see. Not yet.
Hold on. How about now?
Yeah, that feels good right there.
All right.
I'm gonna put my mic down. How should I be? How should I be? Also, real quick, for if you guys are listening at home, feel free to join it with me. Andrew's gonna lead us all right. We have an idea. We have an idea of Andrew starting a little like sessions playlists where he will like lead anyone who wants to listen through Breathwork, which would be really sick. So if you want to do the first one with me, let's ride. Put your microphones down.
We could even do live too.
Oh yeah,
Come out
live would
live
be
and do
sick.
that shit. Um,
Yeah, so how should I be seated? Seated.
yeah.
I just said seated. How should I be seated?
All right. Let's begin. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit. What I like to do is I like to get a kind of a comfortable spot on my chair, um, a place where I can sit straight up. Align. You want to align your spine, kind of imagine like literally from the base of your spine all the way up through your neck, all the way through the crown of your head is a straight line.
Okay.
But you're not in not in any sort of tense posture. You don't want to be holding like tension or just
Okay.
relax the shoulders away from the neck. And with your hands, just put them on your lap. Just find a nice neutral place for them. And sit up straight, head kind of back, just like this. So what I'm going to be leading you through, Mitch, is going to be a regular Wim Hof circuit. We're going to do a couple rounds. Wim Hof is a breath guru. He's done a lot of other cool things, but for me, this is a very energizing practice. It's intense. It helps before the gym. It helps before a day of work. You will feel some physical sensation here. So you will feel probably some tingles in your body, maybe in your head, maybe in your face or your fingertips. And that's natural. That's all good. If you get very, very lightheaded, then take it easy. Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. We, as addicts, we tend to like to push the envelope, but don't push the envelope too much. So yeah, just settle into the moment right now. Just settle in where we are, you know. Just maybe observe your consciousness, observe where your thought process is, what are you thinking about? And maybe just offer yourself a little bit of detachment from, those thoughts or those feelings or emotions. And settle into your breath, just maybe taking a couple of inhales through your nose and out through your mouth. Just noticing the pace of your breath, maybe your heartbeat, just coming into full awareness of your body and your breath. And in this practice, we'll be breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth. And as we breathe, I'll keep track of the cadence for you. When we inhale, we're going to inhale almost like we're sucking through a straw. So we're going to purse the lips and we're going to take full inhales, filling up your stomach and your chest, that lower lung and that upper lung, that whole front body. When you exhale, you're going to exhale with an open mouth exhale. You're going to make some noise. I'm going to tell you that. It's going to be it's not going to be quiet. And so if you want to just watch me, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be like... Okay? We take air in, sucking through a straw, and we exhale fully out with an open mouth exhale. When we exhale, you don't need to push air out. Just open your mouth, open your lungs, and the air will flow out naturally. So settling in, finding that posture, finding that place where you can be still and focus on your breath. We're going to do 30 reps or so. When I cue the end of it, you'll be holding your breath empty for about a minute in a breath holds. I'll explain why when we're finished, but that's arguably the most important part of the practice, is that breath hold. So staying with me, we'll begin with that inhale in 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale, exhale. Deeply in, exhale. Fully in, exhale. Keep it going, keep the pace. Get in full inhales and exhales. Keep the cadence steady, filling up all that space and letting it go fully. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Biggest inhale. And let it go. Full exhale, exhaling it all out and holding it empty. Relaxing in the stillness. Finding that place of mental stillness, physical stillness, maybe noticing any changes in the body. Maybe imagining yourself floating in the ocean or in a place of perfect peace and serenity. Just finding that place of calm energy. We'll inhale in 3, 2, 1. Take a full inhale, Mitch, all the way up. And hold it at the top. Holding it full. As we hold full, we feel all the oxygen saturating our blood. We feel a little bit of a squeeze. We're going to exhale in 3, 2, 1. Big exhale through the mouth. Now just taking a moment here, just a quick moment. Think about how that felt in the body and in the mind. Maybe readjusting the posture, sitting straight up in your chair, opening those lungs a little bit. If you felt a little tingle, a little lightheadedness, that's all good. Then we're exactly where we need to be. I'm going to lead you through another round. And in this round, I want you to just get a little deeper into that breath. Find another level in those lungs that you can access. Just a little bit fuller in that inhale and a more complete exhale, full cycles. Just imagine bringing all positive energy in on the inhale, and on the exhale, we're getting rid of all that stale energy, all that stuck energy. Centering yourself. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale. Deep inhale and release. Fully in and release. Deeply in, release. Fully in and release. Deeply in, release. Fully in, let it go. Deeply in, let it go. Keep the cadence up, keep the pace consistent. Fully in, release. For 10, 9, 8, relax the shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Release all the tension in the body and relax into this breath hold. Holding it empty, feeling the blood fully oxygenated, flowing through the whole body, into the fingertips, all in the brain. It's a funny sensation because even though maybe our minds are telling us that we need to keep inhaling and cycling this breath during this time, our blood and our tissues are really so saturated with oxygen. We really don't have to breathe right now. If we lean into that realization, it allows ourselves to become still in this moment. We relax the body, we find stillness, we find that ease within our effort here. Taking a full inhale in 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, Mitch, all the way up to the top and holding it full. When we get up to the top, holding it full. And squeezing energy gently from the tips of the toes up to the crown of the head for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it. Let it go. Let's take another moment here. All right, you can breathe gently through the nose, out through the mouth. Just take some full inhales and exhales and settle back in. I'm going to take you through one more round. Just one more. Right, you're an athlete and I'm an athlete, right? And this breath practice can be intense, right? It's a lot of feeling, right? And our tingling, and maybe honestly you might feel out of breath. You might feel like, oh, I don't know if I want to do another round of that. Like it's intense. But that's where our growth is. That's where we find that next level of stillness and consciousness. So this round will be a little shorter, but because of that, I want us to really get full inhales. I want us to find that next level of depth, and we're going to pick the pace up a little bit too. So really accessing that, diaphragm muscle, all those front body muscles that help us to pull oxygen in. Just let it fill our whole front body and cycle it through on the exhales. Finding a nice, comfortable place. Sitting straight up. Just 15 of these breaths with a little bit of intention and intensity. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Fully in. Keep going. Keep push the pace a little bit. Keep it consistent, but keep it focused. Visualizing air flooding into that front body and exhaling out. For 10, 9. Good job, Mitch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, big inhale, and let it go. Keeping our hands on our lap, finding stillness. We're going to move into another practice. So the practice we just did, and Mitch, you're holding empty right now. The practice we just did is meant to activate us, and I think Mitch can probably attest to that. Something in him is definitely activated at this time. But You can repeat that many, many, many rounds in a row. You can add stuff to it, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. But that's a baseline practice that really, I kind of return to. It's like bread and butter. It's simple and it's effective. But this next practice is going to bring us down back to earth. And is a huge factor for me in getting good sleep and resting, accessing that rest and digest nervous system. So Mitch, when I cue us, you're going to take an inhale through the nose and you're going to hold it at the top. In 3, 2, 1. In through the nose, all the way up, and hold it at the top, holding it full. And exhaling through the mouth. Fully exhale it out and hold it empty for 10 seconds. We're now into full yogic holds. Deeply in through the nose, Mitch, all the way up. Fill it all the way up. Fill all that lung space and hold it full. When we hold it full, we find a little bit of energy, a little bit of natural tension. We don't really have to squeeze the body. And you're going to exhale fully through the mouth. Let it go. Fully exhale out, empty it all out, and we're going to hold empty here for 10. Deeply in through the nose. All the way up and hold full. Feeling that energy in waves through our body, our soul, just opening everything up. You're going to exhale. Let all that tension go. And hold empty. Inhale through the nose, all the way up. Hold it full. Feeling that calm, that wave of calm come over us. And you're going to exhale. Full exhale and hold empty. Inhale through the nose. And you're going to hold it full when you get to the top. Again, visualizing pure, clean energy in your consciousness all the way through your soul and your body. You're going to exhale through the mouth. You're going to hold empty. Inhale through the nose all the way up to the top. Hold it full. Exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Empty it all out. Holding empty. This is our last one. Full inhale. All the way up. Fill it all up. To the top. Hold it full. Finding that energy in every nook and cranny in our body. We're holding here just a little bit longer for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Taking, a couple inhales through the nose, out through the mouth. Noticing any changes in the body, any feeling in the body, any changes in our mind space, in our thought process, in our conscious. Noticing the heart rate, the state of your mind and your heart, that mind-body connection. Maybe you've opened up some space for gratitude or kindness or whatever type of energy you want to bring into the day. And whenever you're called, you can come back into the room. Maybe fluttering your eyes open, carrying this energy into your day.
Oh. Oh.
Good morning, sir.
That was really wild. Thank you.
How'd it feel?
Dude, that was not what I thought.
What do you
I almost passed out a couple times.
I know.
You know,
I could see the
I would like
blur.
start to the 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 second round of like the rapid breathing. Is that the Wim Hof? How do you
Mm-hmm.
say it?
Wim Hof, you got
Wim
it.
Hof. When I did after I did all the fast ones and then took the exhale and then the big
The
deep
breath
breath,
holds.
the big deep breath coming back up, my like whole face just like a like the tingles, I guess, but it was like like waves going through my whole face. That was nuts. I was like, all right. Because like the first round, I was like, I don't know. The second round when we did that and it like fully flushed my whole face and like whole body, I was like, all right, this is sick. I will say that for the beginning, it felt like my lungs were on fire too. Or like my chest was like hot. And then that kind of like subsided and then it was just kind of like when you were talking about the let the energy waves go through, I could kind of feel like that like just like going through, which is really wild.
That crazy feeling.
It really was. It really was.
So when I start with guests at Heron, they'll, like you said, they'll go through like a round or two of that, just Wim Hof, and they'll, that's kind of like the make or break moment, because some of them will be like, all right, I didn't really feel anything, like whatever. But I'm like, you get like, wait, like keep
Yeah.
doing, like do it, like I'm gonna bring you through 5 rounds of this, like
5 rounds,
Um,
I'd pass out for sure.
no, you got to work up to that. And the other
Yeah.
thing too is like as you said, like with the pictures that you've seen at from like the Heron page and everything, like I usually have everyone on the ground
Yeah.
because um, when you're sitting up, you can feel that physical sensation more completely because like the blood is flowing down already, so you're already more lightheaded versus when you're laying down, your blood is on an even keel. It's not,
Right.
it's not flowing out of your head. So I kind of threw you right into the fire.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts.
um so that's I was hoping you'd feel almost that like energy flush
Yeah,
because that's
definitely.
just dude, that's just oxygen. Like that's all. It's crazy. And when I say like literally a natural high, like have you ever felt anything like that, like
Nope.
naturally?
No. Yeah, that was insane. It was I felt that like full flush feeling, like that high feeling a couple times after, but the first one on the second round was like locked me in. I was like, damn, that was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh and
And how
then
about the back? How about the back end?
the back
That,
end, I feel like that's when I kind of I locked in for like the last 10 minutes on like I was kind of aware of like everything in the beginning, but then once like I think the last round of the breaths, the 15 and then into just the deep breaths, I kind of locked in, like my eyes were locked shut and I just kind of found that. I think that's when I found the stillness really
mm-hmm.
towards the end, like the last 10 minutes. That's when I was like just kind of listening to you and just going up and down, and that was when I had like the my body just felt like for like frozen is probably the wrong word. I don't know, but it was a comfortable space to be in. I'd
You
like
were
to
still.
return. I'd like to return to that. Yeah.
You were still.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I noticed you were fidgeted. That's what people do. That's what I do in the
Yeah.
beginning is I fidget, and because I'm still thinking. I'm thinking about what I have to do today. I'm thinking about all the stuff going on in my life, my emotions, and my like thought process is still very actively engaged. But
Yeah.
then, like you said, by the middle rounds, some like in some of these practices too, you can't do anything but focus on the breath because it
Right.
takes your whole like mind space to just focus on because it's kind of like as weird as it is, it's almost counterintuitive, like and difficult for us to focus on like it's difficult to focus on I gotta take a full breath here and exhale and it like because we
Yeah.
don't I don't think about breathing on a date like on a day-to-day basis just through my day. I'm not like thinking about all right, I need to breathe this way. Like it just doesn't that's not how it works. So um and I saw like I did see on the back end like when we got into those are called full yogic holds. When we got into those and you were holding at the top and you were releasing, there was like a one release like real early where you released and then your body was still like for
Yeah.
10 minutes. Like you
Yeah.
didn't you were breathing, but your body you didn't there was no more, there was nothing. Like it was just
Yeah.
you were locked.
Yeah.
Um that's a nice feeling. It's a really nice feeling.
Yeah. That was unreal. I think yeah. God, thank you for guiding me through that. I'm super excited for people to be able, and people being me, because I'm about to walk myself through it again just by listening to that. I think it's really cool that it'll just be up and be there available at any time. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's it. Like, and we can get you and I mean, and viewers too, if they are into it. Like, we can get real deep into this breath stuff. Like, I got dozens of practices that we can expand into. But and when I thought about what I wanted to bring into today, like that Wim Hof, that stuff we did in the beginning, that's like bread and butter.
yeah.
Like that's oxygenation. That's finding energy. That's like it's mental and physical preparation for the day. Like
Yeah.
and and then on the back end that the yogic holds are like that's the simple it's like the sim for me it's the simplest practice that I can do the end of the day when thoughts are still swirling and I can't really calm down for bed, like that's it. That's how we land the plane. Like that's
Yeah.
that's how we get to bed.
I feel
Uh,
massively leveled out. That was nuts. I don't even know. I'm still kind of like I always take a little bit to try to figure out what just happened because I'm not very good at figuring it out in the moment. But upon more reflection, I'll have better words for it. Other than if you're listening, definitely if you were watching, definitely try it along or try it because that was pretty sick. Sick is not doing it justice. That was something I've never experienced before. Sober.
that's what it's been for me. That's what it's been for me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we got to do this episode. It's we've been talking about it for a little while and timing wise, we kind of had to do an early morning episode today for at least for you, not for me. It's almost noon over here, but it
Yeah.
timed out well and I think we both got a lot out of it. I love any opportunity to like practice my teaching and to, just I love seeing, and I'm not saying your perspective started like this way, but I love seeing somebody shift from like
Yeah, that's where it
maybe
was.
to like, oh well, like I feel different, man. Like that
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
so
I was like,
I'm
I'll do the breath thing and then we'll see. And I was like, and then it was the second round. I was like, this shit just got so serious. I won't forget that breath. I'm gonna have to go back and look, but that one breath was just like brrr. I was like, all right, damn, we're lit now.
it's cool, man.
Yeah,
It's
it was
cool.
really cool. It was really, really cool. Well, thank you so much for guiding us through us, and thank you to everyone listening. This was a different episode, but I think a one that's gonna really help me and help a lot of people too. If you want to just try out something different, help. Like, is this something that you would do in the morning or at night or reset during the day?
Yeah, so like I said, I touched a little bit on it, but like Wim Hof in the morning, I do 3 rounds. I do 30 breaths each. I do a breath hold in the middle, and it takes 12 minutes, and I'm off and running. Like, and in the middle of the day, there's different stuff too that that we can bring to the table. But you could do depending on what you need, you could do Wim Hof, you could do yoga colds, you could do whatever. I don't think there's like a single point in the day that is not a good time to take 10 minutes to breathe
Right.
mindfully. I will say that it's extremely helpful in the morning and it's extremely helpful right before bed. So, the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah. All
Not
day,
any
baby.
particular time, man. But yeah, this has been awesome. And we should be back too next week. Like we've been talking, you and I, we have some guests on the docket. One that was really excited to come on. Was thinking about coming on this week. We had some scheduling stuff, and he happens to be a Duke lacrosse player. He went to treatment with me, and he's a beast. And he's been following us, so I'm really excited to have him on, tell his story. But yeah, we should have some guests in the docket. I think that week off kind of did us well in terms of scheduling, man, because I think
Agree.
we get some really cool episodes coming up.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Got some people as well. Gonna be lit. Gonna be hype. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's the last day of April.
It's March, bro.
All right. Well, so thank you again. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go get some coffee. I feel like coffee with the breath work could be the wombo combo.
Could
Who
be.
knows? Who
I think you
knows?
might be onto something there, man.
Yeah. But thank you so much again for leading me through that. That was awesome. And episode 32, we'll keep coming back.
32. Shout out to Chip. I'll keep coming back.
Shout out, Chip.